you failed to do, you will see it under the past activities. Then the current week activities, let's say you have an assignment that is going to close on Tuesday or Wednesday, you are going to see them under the current week. It usually shows you activity that will close in the next 3-4 days. So then the last one is the future activities. Activities, let's say, that will open next month or next week, or those ones that have been opened long ago, but their closing date is still far away. You will see them under the future activities. You cannot submit, you cannot work on any activities unless the date has been opened. You cannot work on any activities unless the date has been opened, and you cannot submit or work on any activity that the date has passed. Once the activity has passed, some lecturers will give you options. Some will allow you to still submit after the date has passed, while some, the activity will automatically close by itself. You won't be able to access it again. So that is how the activity works. And here, under my subject, you will see all your subject that is registered for you. Right now, for me now, it's just only 4, which I've done. It was last semester. So another thing is this email that is assigned to individual students. Each one as a student, you have an email that is assigned to you. Your reference number, the email is always your reference number at lms.mediu.edu.my. So you can click on it to activate the email. It will be automatically be in Arabic language. You can change it. You can change it to English, change the settings and every other thing. So that is about the home. Sorry, the Alim. This capital A is Alim. This is where we'll be doing our exams in the school. And for those that are doing short semester right now, this is where they are going to write their exams.
Yes, this is where I want to focus on. I want to write exam now.
Yeah,
Please.
that place, once you click on the Alim,
Yes.
you need a password from the lecturer. So what you have to do is you have to check your email. Maybe the lecturer has sent you a password. So for this short semester is somehow, so most of the code, most of the link, the automatically link going to Alim is not working. So you have to rely on the code that is sent to you by the lecturer. The lecturer will send you a URL link with a password, like 5 or 6 digit numbers. So, or hexadecimal, it might be in numbers and alphabet together.
Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt. As I click on the link, it showed me a list of exams, bachelor's final exam, like list of subject like that. I don't really understand. I don't know where I will key in the password because the lecturer sent me a password via email.
1 minute, please.
I don't really know.
This is what happened. Mr. Michael, you need to mute your microphone, please. It's really coming to my head. Okay, this is it, please. What you have to do is make sure in the browser you want to use to write your exams, your portal is open. Then open a new tab. When you open a new tab, copy the link that the lecturer gave you and paste it in that new tab. So for example, now this person
Sorry. The link the lecturer sent via email.
Mediu.edu.my. So for example, this person can use the Alim because he's not suspended, he's active. So once you come to, this is your portal, you can hold down your control key on your keyboard and press on it. The Alim will open in a new tab for you. So what you have to do if the Alim open up is you have to go and change the language. At the top right hand side, you will see the language. You will see English and Arabic. So you switch. 1 minute, please. My network is a bit slow because I'm using a mobile network. I'm in the school.
Yeah. This is how my own display.
Sorry.
This is how I got mine. This is how my own display. I'm kind of
Yeah,
confused.
then you have to come to this place. Look at this place, Oga. Do you see under Mr. and Mrs. this color? Look at it. You will see AR there. Click on that AR,
Uh-huh.
then you will see English.
Okay.
You see. So
Yes, I
once you
click on
click
it.
on English, the page will reload.
Yeah.
Once the page reload, you give it a time. It will reload. It depends. Your network will be fast at home. Broadband. So once
You
it
said what?
load, it will show all the subjects that are registered for you. These are the subjects that are registered for this student. This person has taken some courses last semester.
Okay, okay.
Hold on. Let the browser, let this one load up so you understand what I'm saying. So what you have to do is you come down to this
Yeah.
place, to my subject. This person have Islamic belief. I think he has done that. So let's say this person want to do exam for this course now. What he will do is he will click on this course that you want to do the exams. So the course will take him inside. These are the courses that he wants to do the exam for.
Yes.
So you have to go down and locate. So for this one, it's kind of messy because I don't understand why the mid-semester exams. Oh, okay. So, hello,
Yeah.
Mr. Michael, you can see the screen, Abby.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so once you are there, you click on attempt quiz.
Mine
You
is not showing my this. Sorry. It's showing to jump
you
back.
have to you have to is saying what?
I can see jumper to choose.
Let me let me go back to the home. See. So firstly, you select the subject. When you click on the subject will load his own page. Then you go and look for the section or semester that you are on that you want to work on. For these circumstances now, for this situation, we are trying to work on mid-semester, July, August 2019. So what you will do is you might see short semester or you might see mid-semester, July 2019. So just click on it, click on that mid-semester. It's going to be in a pink
Sorry, Mr.
color.
Raj. Sorry,
Then it will show you
I'm
the,
lost.
I mean, you are lost because you are not paying attention. God, this is the second time I'm trying to explain this thing to you, sir.
Sorry, sir. I click on the
I
subject.
mean, what I'm saying is, firstly, I'm using a very low network here because I'm using my phone. I don't know why the network is.
Okay, sorry.
I, I cannot hear you, sir.
I say I'm sorry
I
because
cannot hear you. You said what?
this thing I'm seeing on your screen, I'm not seeing on mine. As I click, then it showed me some lecturer name, date, you know.
Can you send a screenshot, please?
Of mine.
1 minute, 1 minute. Can you see the screen now? Can you see my screen now?
Yes, yes, I can see your stuff.
Okay, so once you are in this place, you have already changed the language up here.
Yes.
Subject you want to write the exam on, click on the subject. The subject will load and take you to its own page. On the page of the subject, you are going to see each week. You are going to see week 1, week 2, week 3, something like that. Mid semester exam, final exams. No, not here. Just click the subject from here. So it will bring you to something like this. Do you see it? It will be in a cascade. So what you have to do is,
He didn't bring me to this place. What he just a weekly office hour, daytime from Dr. Mubarak email. This is where he brought me to.
you have to come down now, scroll down now, keep going down to see the information on.
I slowed down. I can't see all these things you are showing me. The activities from. I didn't see this one.
Oga, can you try to
I'm
adjust your
sorry.
microphone? Mr. Michael,
Okay, I
you
can
saw
see
this
final
weekly
exam.
outline, right?
Yeah.
You said you saw this Mr. Mubarak email, something like this, Abi?
Yes, I can see midterm semester exam now.
You can, okay. Now, so mid-term exam semester, July 2000, Abi?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, now click, for example, you have it. Don't start now, but you can click on it to see the history. So you can click on it. For example, you click on the subject.
Should I
It will show you the,
click on it or
yeah,
what?
you can click on it just to see the history, so you will know what date and time you do it. So you have all this information. Midterm examination semester July 2019. So you will see the time allowed is once. You cannot do the exam 2 times. And the exam has been open since 29th of July and it's going to
Yeah,
close 5th of August. I don't know for the one you are doing, but I'm just using this one to give you an instance. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I
I can
said
see.
your lecturer will give you a password. So click on attempt quiz now. When you click on the attempt quiz, start attempt. So on the start attempt, it will ask you for the password. So
Okay,
what you have to do is enter the password, then click OK. Enter password and click OK. The next thing, the exam will come up. So that is it.
okay. I can.
That
I'm
is
in this
how the
page now. I
attempt
can
works.
see.
So and you have to make sure that while you are doing the alim, while you are working on those things, you are clicking there is a flag button on each question. You are clicking on that flag button to save those questions, else you might lose it. Maybe the system trip off or something happen. So you have to make sure you are using the flag button to save all what you are doing. So that is that on the alim. Let's go to the profile. Actually, for the profile is going to be divided into two. You have your personal details and your university details. Personal details will show your name, your phone number, your email, something like that. While your university details will show your CGPA, the number of semester you have studied, and what's it called, your visa status, and then you will see your personal email. The email I was telling you about, this is it. You will see it under the university details. This person email is CH485. So you can see the faculty is studying, his full time, then the course and his reference number of semester you are studying, and maximum times for the course. These are the maximum semester that the person can study, 12 term, and the minimum is 6. So that's that. So the next one is the progress. For that progress, it shows you four things. The course plan, which is like a timeline that you have to follow of all the courses you are going to do. Then the second one, this timeline show you each term, that is each semester term when you can do 4 subjects, you can do more than 4, it depends on you. So, but you have to, all these subjects, they have what is called prerequisites. So you have to make sure you do the one, I mean, you attempt number C before you jump to number F. Else, your scores might not be recorded. Even I'm not sure they will even register such for you. So you cannot jump over the prerequisite. You have to do the lower one before you do the higher one because they are all interwoven. Then after the course plan, you have the completed subject. On the completed subject, that is where you will see how many subjects have you done that you have completed already. You can see this person has only completed only 2 subjects. I'm sorry, 4. Now it's lying. Then you have another thing is you have the undergoing subjects and you have not taking subject. Not taking subject are subjects that you have not touched in each of those semesters. So that is how the progress works. So on the subject, that is where you are going to have your subject registration starting for next semester. Once you make the payment yourself, you are not having any outstanding with the school, you can do your subject registration by yourself. The learning material it's old one, so you really don't need this tab. So the next one that you need very important is your timetable. You have to make sure that you are working on this timetable all the time. Most times lecturers they change the time of your classes without informing you. So as a student, you have to make sure that you cannot be online all the time. But let's say you have a class a day, like you have a class on Tuesday. Try to check the timetable for the weekend and see if there is any changes there, so that you won't miss any classes. So for this class now, this is how the timetable works because it's online class. Most of the short semester are online, so you will come to this timetable under the subject, then click on each of the subject, you will see the timetable. This is the lecturer's name and this is the course. And one thing is, for example, you have an issue with a lecturer, I will always advise students to always put their subject name, the subject code that they are doing, and their name and their email and their name and their reference number in the email they want to send to the lecturer. Because you just sending an email to the lecturer without putting the subject you are referring to, the subject code, your name, and your reference number, there is no way the lecturer can help you solve the issues. So you have to make sure that you put your email in the right order. So this is another for another subject. Click on each one of them. You'll be getting the date and time for each one of them, the schedule, the timeline for each one of those things. Then, or you can go for a summary one just for you to know the days you're working. For example, this person will be having his classes. This person will be having his classes on Wednesdays and Fridays. So that is that. For the academic calendar, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work because if they have not updated it at the academic session, nothing is. So for the lecturer's name and the email, so each of those lecturers that you are taking their course, you can always know their name and their email. You can always know their name and their email under your subject, then the lecturer's name. You will see it there. So you will see the subject name, the English name of the lecturer and the Arabic name of the lecturer, then their email. So don't send an email to lecturer at LMS. They will not see the email. Always use the one at mediu.edu.my. If you use the one at lms.medu.my, they will not see it because each one of them has 2 emails. So they don't use the LMS, they use the normal at Mediu. But the LMS, you have your own LMS. If you use LMS to send to normal Mediu, they will see it. But using to send email to LMS, they don't open it. So it depends. And some of them they put their Skype. They might welcome your call, they might not welcome your call, it depends on them. So probably not to the and the office hour, you cannot know some office hour because some of them don't update their calendar. So the only thing that is important under this subject is for you to have your timetable and the lecturer's name and email. Those are the more important things. So where all the work lies is under your lectures. Under these lectures, you will see all the subjects that are being registered for you. Let's say you have 5 subjects registered. All the 5 subjects will be tiled here, each one of them. So what you do is, let's click on the first one. Clicking on the first subject, it will automatically bring you to a page whereby on your left hand side you are going to see week 1, week 2, week 3. All the weeks will be shown to you, and all these weeks you will see in them all the activities that each week contain. Being an online class, you are not going to be having, sometimes you might not be having classes almost every week in, week out, but some weeks might have all your assessments. It depends. Assessment is based on lecturers. So um assessment is based on lecturers. Some lecturer will just pull all of them pull in just 1 week, while some will scatter it. So you have to make sure that you know where those assessments are. So for example, now this strategic management and business, we click on the week 1, then you will see lectures. This one has no activities, so you need not worried about this. Let's go to week 2. Under the week 2, you will see this thing, the lecture material, which most of the lecturer materials are not being put under the week. They are being put under lecture material, which is here. This is where you see your lecture material. The lecture material means the note, the material you have to study. So you just click here. Let's say you want to download any material now. You click on the lecture material at your right hand side. So click on it. Then you will see a globe. Click on this globe. Sometimes if they, it might be more than one. With this one, the lecturer just put it, maybe just put all the material in just only one section. So some we separate it, maybe you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So you have to click on each one of them to download the material that is under them. So sometimes they put it in PPTX, which is a PowerPoint slide, and sometimes they put it in PDF. Depends on the lecturers. So what you just have to do is download them and keep them on your system just for studying purpose. And the next one I want to show you is, in each of these weeks also, we have something called a whiz class. Look at these 2 chairs. These 2 chairs signify that you have an online class in that week. So what you have to do is click on the 2 chairs and wait. The 2 chairs will bring out their information to this side of the screen. I'm having a slow network here, so you need to bear with me. So click on this. Sorry, my network is very bad. Once you click on these 2 chairs, you are going to have 2 options here. You will see the date. Exactly. So look at it now. You have to look at the day and the date. The day is Wednesday and the date is 17th of July, which is what we've seen over there when we check under the subjects and the timetable. Then you see the time, 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. Then the time. So there are 2 options. Either you enter the class in the same page, inside the page, or you open it in the new tab. So it all depends on you. But I will strongly suggest you always use a new tab. Using a new tab gives you the opportunity to see have your tab open here. So while probably listening to the lecturer in the class, you can be downloading a material or be doing some other thing in your portal. So this one, for you to use this, you have to ensure that you enable Adobe Flash Player. Adobe Flash Player is not a software you don't have to like worried about. It's just a little tiny light tools. So this one will allow like something like flash items or shock waves to play on your browser. So once you allow that, the this will link up to the virtual classroom where the lecturer is, and you'll be able to connect with the lecturer. I'm trying to see if let's do an option. For example, you are here now and you have a lecture. This one is a recording. A recording because it depends on the lecturer. Some lecturers will allow their classes to be recorded, while some don't allow. So if it's allowed to record, it's okay for you. Maybe before exams, you can go back to the recording and try to study how it works. I mean, the lecture that was delivered on that day. So you can click on open a new tab. If you open in a new tab for you, let's say it's a fresh class. So what you will see is not going to be recorded. You are going to see it being just called. This is the same way it's going to launch also. But one thing I'm going to explain is that whenever you come to this stage, you ask you for your username, for your name and reference number. Please don't put your name there. The system will mark you absent. Make sure you put your reference number only. For example, if your reference number is CC887, don't put CC887 dot. No, the system will mark you absent because it does not recognize that. And you now put your name, let's say Raji CC887, the system will mark you absent. You put only your reference number CC887, that's all, just leave it like that. CC887, you can write it in capital letter or in small letter. It's not case sensitive, so it does not matter. You can write it any sentence case or title case or whatever. So it depends on you. So let's say this is a normal class, then you put your name there, your reference number there. It will load you straight up with the class. I don't have that treasure now. So another thing is on each of those week, you still have to look out for your assessment because some lecturers they put all their assessments straight off before anything. Right now, this one assessment is not showing in the week because the date doesn't correlate with what we have right now. But if you go back to the home page of this person, I guess probably in the future exams, you see now. But inside the home page, we couldn't find any material, any assignment. See, he has an assignment that has been opened on the second 1402, which is February 14, and it's going to close August 20. So you have to be aware that, for example, now this one has been opened. What you have to do is click on it. When it load up, view the assessment, you will see the date. See available date February 2nd, and the due date is 20 of August. So this person needs to do the assignment as soon as possible. So what you do is you download the assignment, view the assignment to see its content. So Once you see the content, you can copy the question of the browser and put it in the Microsoft Word, then start working on them. Let's say, for example, you have an assignment that is closing in 3 weeks now. So you can be working on them starting from the day, be doing it small, small, little by little. Before you know it, you are going to be done with them. So, for example, this is this person's assignment now. So what you have to do is to copy all the questions and put them in Microsoft Word, then work on done, you are sure that you have done, you put your cover page and every other thing. Then you upload. I uploaded the cover page to the group this morning. When I see assignment and project description template. So in that one, this is, I'm going to show you again. You have this is the one template assignment one. It's in the WhatsApp group. I uploaded it this morning. Sorry, it's no more this morning. It's yesterday morning. We are already 12 o'clock now. So this is how it works. You see, this is the cover page of all the assignment you have to submit. So what you have to do is the name is there. The only thing you are editing is one. Your name, your subject name, and always put subject code. So your subject name, your subject code, your name, and your reference number. Then you write the type of assignment that is it. So probably assignment one or assignment whatever. Then you put your faculty there. For mostly is Bachelor of Computer Science. Some people are now Bachelor of Arts. Some people are Bachelor of Finance in e-commerce, while some people are just Bachelor of Business Administration. So it depends on you. Then you are write the lecturer's name. You can copy that one from under the subject and the lecturer's name. So you can copy that from there, then your faculty, then date. That's all. So on the second page, you have the question. So on the third page, start the answer. That is the right and the good way to work on the assignment. So if you still want it, you can send me your email. I can send the templates to you. So what you have to do is just keep them. Whenever you need them, you just download and do what you want to do. So another that is that on the subject. So on the subject, each week you have to check, do you have a class? If no, do you have any activities? If no, then if you don't have anything, I think you are okay for that week. That's all. So, and whenever you want to do a quiz, I would strongly suggest that make sure the material, lecturer material are already downloaded on your system. So you can easily glance through them. You are not ready to study everything. Glance through them to see how the questions look like. But whenever you encounter a quiz always has timing. Sometimes the lecturer will put 30 minutes, sometimes some will put 15 minutes, depending on the type of questions they have there. If they feel that this question is too cheap, they can give you only 10 minutes or 15 minutes to do it. But some can give you uh, 30 minutes or so. So that is for the quiz, not for assignment. For assignment, it can be days. Like my opening since look at the one we have now, the opening since July. So and it's still gonna close on the 20th. So it depends. Then the next one is under the records. This record is very, very important. The first page will show you the attendance. This is where all the attendance that the lecturer are marking it goes to. This person, he probably has these two absent because probably he writes his name with the reference number. So the system will see him as absent. So later we have to go and meet the lecturer and they will fix it. So the next one is for you to see the scores of each of the activities that you are doing. You are going to have 8 activities, 3 assignments, 3 quizzes, and um, and 2 forums. So it now depends on, if it is faculty course, then it's going to be over 30. If it is borrowed course, it's going to be over 40. So it depends on you how you want to do it. Some will have a project and some will have assignment, but the markings depend on how they decide to have it. So just make sure that you are having good grade on the assessment, so that even if you don't perform very well in the exams, you can still scale through the time. So aside from the attendance and the assessment, you have the result slips also. The result slips for those that have done like 1 semester or two. You'll be able to see their results, but it will not be the one that is stamped by the school. It just look like this. The person, this person is having an F was because that first class was just a listening class for me. So it was not totally recorded. No, that's no issue. You have academic result of the academic result. You see what you have is just like that every semester. You see the assessment, final exams, total, and the grade. You see it. So the last one, the second to the last, sorry, is the finance. This finance is very, very important, and you have to take note of it. Each student has a virtual account. Your virtual account belongs to you. You have to make sure you know it. So once you know your virtual account, let's say money enters your hand and you have like 10, 20K, you might decide to pay to the virtual account and the school will be deducting whatever they need there. So it's your virtual account, is yours and is yours. So you can take it, or it's a main bank account. So this is a, you see student virtual account number. This person has an excess money. That's why he has a minus 31. That's when the school is owing 2,381. So you see all the payments made, and there is details there for you to download and see the analysis of how the money was spent on your behalf. This 4,000 something was spent on EMDH and every other thing. Then you have the upload receipts. If you pay through bank deposit, I mean you pay through ATM, you pay on the ATM, and it always snap your receipt with your picture and upload it for you to be able to follow the record and for them to also easily upload. I think that's one payment method and all this one. And another thing is the e-form. On this e-form, you have a lot of forms there. Let's say you want to graduate, you see the postgraduate, the finance, and every other thing. But aside from that, under just the admission and registration, that's where you have a receipt form. Maybe you miss exam, you want to do special exams, or maybe you want to change workload or custody. Probably anything you want to do has to go through the form. You want to defy a semester, or you want to receipt an exam. Maybe you felt you didn't do very well. So you can get all those things. So now, basically, to sum it up, is that the home shows you everything, how each one of the subjects, how they works. So you see your past activities, your your current week, your future activities. On the my subject, you can click on it to see the assessment on each week and to see if you have a class you are missing or not. So this is the most difficult thing there, is just be able to attend the class. Just click on the whiz, open in a new tab, it will open for you and do whatever you want to do. But always make sure you register with your reference number, so the system will mark you present, else it will mark you absent. So another thing is the, what else? Things you have practically done. For you to know your profile, you are active or suspended, the current semester you are studying, and your workload in your email. Your email can be changed on the day you are enrolled. Just tell them, give your new email, they will change it for you. So your agent or your brother will not be the one to be receiving the important information. Because whatever email that you have here will be what the school will send messages to. So in case you have an email, you will not see it because you don't have the email. It's not your email that is there. It's the person that had the email that is there. That is the person that will be receiving the email. So it's always advisable. You can go under the profile. I'm not sure you can change your email there, but I know you can change your phone number there. Let's see, edit. Okay, you can change your email. This is it. So under the profile, then the personal details, you can change the email, the phone number, and the address. So then don't forget under the lecture, and if it's not the lecture, you can go under the subject to see the date and time of what you want to study. So this one will give you guidance that okay, I have a class for 4 o'clock on Tuesday. So you will know that and put it aside. So you will be able to create the time for those ones. The timetable will give you the summary of the timetable, will give you the days you have to be busy and the time you have to be busy. It shows online, this is too online. So it's all that's how the practically the portal works. Please, any questions, sir? Hello? Hello? No, they are saying.